In the heart of a small, sleepy town, the legend of the midnight train was known by everyone but believed by few. The train was said to appear only on the foggiest of nights, carrying passengers whose faces were obscured by the thick mist and whose destination remained a mystery. Emma, a curious and daring teenager, had always been fascinated by the stories. Her grandfather had once claimed to see the midnight train in his youth, a claim dismissed by the town as the ramblings of an old man. One particularly foggy night, unable to quell her curiosity any longer, Emma ventured to the old, abandoned railway station on the outskirts of town. The station was a relic from a bygone era, with boarded-up ticket windows and rusted tracks that seemed to lead into oblivion. As the clock struck midnight, a distant whistle echoed through the fog. Emma's heart raced as the spectral silhouette of the train emerged, its headlights piercing through the fog like ghostly eyes. The train came to a halt, and the doors slid open with a creak. Swallowing her fear, Emma stepped inside. The interior of the train was unlike anything she had ever seen, a blend of old-world elegance and an eerie, otherworldly ambience. The seats were upholstered in rich, crimson velvet, and golden chandeliers hung from the ceiling, casting a dim, flickering light. Emma noticed the other passengers, their faces still hidden in shadows. They seemed to glide as they moved, their clothing reminiscent of different time periods. She found an empty seat by the window and sat down, watching the fog swirl outside. As the train began to move, a wave of dizziness washed over her, and she felt herself drifting into a dreamlike state. When Emma awoke, she found herself alone in the train. The passengers had vanished, and the fog outside had thickened, making it impossible to see anything beyond the window. Panic set in, and she frantically searched for a way out. Suddenly, the train came to an abrupt stop. The doors opened, revealing her sleepy town, but something was off. The buildings looked older, and the people dressed in archaic clothing stared at her with a mix of curiosity and suspicion. Emma realized with a jolt that this was not her time. Trying to remain calm, she stepped off the train and began to walk through the town. Memories of her grandfather's stories flooded back to her, and she recognized the town as it must have been decades ago. She needed to find a way back to her time. Spotting an old man sitting on a bench by the station, Emma approached him. He looked at her with knowing eyes and a gentle smile. "You must be looking for a way back. The midnight train will return when the fog is thick again," he said. Emma nodded, grateful for the information. She decided to wait by the station, determined to catch the train when it appeared again. As the nights passed, Emma learned to navigate the old town, blending in and gathering information. The more she learned, the more she understood her grandfather's tales. Finally, on another foggy night, the distant whistle of the midnight train echoed once more. Emma rushed to the station, heart pounding with anticipation. The train emerged from the mist, and she boarded without hesitation. As the train traveled through the fog, Emma felt the same wave of dizziness, and when she awoke, she was back in her familiar town. Stepping off the train, she saw the sun rise, dispelling the fog and bathing the town in warm light. Emma knew she had returned, forever changed by her journey on the midnight train.